Think about the last time you decided to change your life. Maybe you told yourself, I'm going to start exercising, I'm finally going to study consistently, I'm going to stop wasting so much time on my phone, I'm going to wake up early. And for a few days, you actually did it. You felt motivated, you felt like this time I'm serious, this time the life will happen. You got tired, you got busy, you skipped one day, then another, and eventually you were back to your old routine. So, what went wrong? Did you lack discipline? Maybe not. James Clear Atomic Habits offer a much more interesting explanation to that, and that is your behavior is heavily influenced by the system around you. And he breaks habit transformation into four simple laws. Let's see how that actually works. Law number one, make it obvious. Your brain responds to cues. If your phone is sitting right beside you, you're more likely to pick it up. If your running shoes are sitting next to your bed, you are more likely to exercise the very first thing in the morning. If the book you want to read is hidden inside a drawer, you are less likely to read it. So instead of constantly relying on motivation, change the environment. Want to drink more water? Keep the bottle where you can see it. Want to read at night? Put the book on your pillow. Want to stop checking your phone? Don't keep it beside you while you're working. You're not trying to become a different person overnight. You're simply making the desired behavior easier to notice. But then comes the second law, make it attractive. We naturally repeat things that feel rewarding. That's why scrolling is so addictive. Every swipe gives you something new, a funny video, a message, a piece of gossip, something very unexpected. Your brain keeps thinking maybe the next one will be even better. Now compare that with studying for an exam. The reward is delayed. You study today, but the result comes after weeks or even months. So, how do you make a good habit more attractive? Pair it with something you already enjoy. Maybe you only listen to your favorite podcast while walking. Maybe you makes your morning coffee while reading. Maybe you listen to music while cleaning. You are essentially telling your brain the habit comes with something I already like. And then we get to the third law, make it easy. This is where people often sabotage themselves. They set goals that are technically possible but psychologically difficult. I'm going to read 50 pages every night. I'm going to work out for an hour every morning. I'm going to study for hours for a week or for days. Sounds impressive, right? But what happens when you are exhausted? You skip it. Instead, make the starting point ridiculously easy. Read one page, do 5 push ups, study for 10 minutes. Because the goal initially isn't to achieve an enormous result, the goal is to become someone who shows up consistently. And this is important. A habit doesn't have to be impressive to be powerful. 5 minutes repeated every day can eventually become a routine, and once the routine exists, you can increase it, which brings us to the fourth law, that is, make it satisfying. Your brain needs some form of immediate reward because humans are much better at chasing immediate pleasure than delayed rewards. That's why eating cake feels easier than exercising. The cake gives you something immediate. The health benefits of exercise, those arrive much later. So give yourself a small sense of progress. Track your habit. Put a check mark on your calendar. Watch the chain of successful days grow and celebrate the fact that you showed up. Celebrate the fact that you are someone who showed up. Because every time you repeat a behavior, you're casting a vote for the person you're becoming. And this is where Atomic Habits becomes much deeper than simply build good habits. It's really about identity. Instead of saying I want to read more books, start thinking I'm a person who reads. Instead of I want to exercise, think I am someone who takes care of my body. Instead of I need to stop procrastinating, ask what would a disciplined person do right now? Because your habits aren't changing what you do, they're gradually changing how you see yourself. And here's the part I want you to remember, and that is you don't need to completely transform your life tomorrow. You don't need a perfect morning routine. You don't need extreme discipline. You need a system that makes the right behavior obvious, attractive, easy, and satisfying. So if you've been trying to change yourself through sheer willpower, try something different. Don't ask, how can I force myself to do this? Ask, how do I design my environment so doing this becomes easier? Because something is not working right now. And that is, the problem isn't that you lack discipline or you lack motivation or you lack something that you are not capable of doing. You are actually working against the system you have built, right? And if you change the system, your behavior can start changing almost automatically. So here's your question for the day. What is one habit you keep failing at, and what could you change around you to make that habit easier?